A violent night across Missouri. What we're learning about multiple incidents, some deadly and some involving police officers.
And a big day in St. Louis. Annie Malone Parade will be headed down Market Street soon enough. I'll fill you in on your forecast.
A heartfelt goodbye after 100 years of learning. The St. Louis school closing down soon and how the community is responding. Today in St. Louis, Weekend Edition starts right now.
This is Today in St. Louis, focused on you.
Wake up, St. Louis. Right now you are getting a live look at the Gateway Arch, and underneath it in just a couple of hours, thousands will be flocking downtown for the 114th annual Annie Malone May Day Parade.
It's such a fun day, always.
It is. We're so excited. Good morning to you. It is Sunday, May 19th. I'm Travis Cummings.
And I'm Mercedes McKay. Thanks so much for waking up with us this morning. Now, we have a lot to get to today. But first, let's send it over to Tracy Henson with your morning forecast. Tracy, obviously, downtown will be the spotlight. So is it good weather for a parade?
I think so. It will be a bit warm. But, you know, for the first year in a little while here, I don't have to track severe storms during the Annie Malone Parade.
We needed that this morning. We needed that.
I've been trying to make it out to the Annie Malone Parade for some time now, and weather has just not cooperated in years past. So I'm very happy that it's looking good today. Let's not jinx it, though. 71 degrees for us outside right now. So yes, it is quite warm to start the morning off. Winds are out of the west-southwest at just under 3 miles per hour. So it's very stagnant air. It's very sticky air. Through the rest of our day today, we will make it up to 90 degrees with a good mix of sun and clouds outside. It is going to be a beautiful day, but a hot one. Now, the wind will pick up a little bit, and that will help us a little bit compared to yesterday. For tonight, we're looking at a light breeze, 70 degrees, winds out of the southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Our sunset is at 8:11. We do have a bit of a bumpy week ahead. I'm going to go over our storm alert that we have in place for Tuesday, and I'll go over the unsettled weather that will follow after that.
Tracy, thank you for that first look. This morning, we're following several shootings, the latest happening just a few hours ago in Midtown. It happened here at the intersection of Cardinal Avenue and Olive Street. Here's a map for you. Police say the victim arrived at the hospital with at least one gunshot wound before they died. We're still waiting to learn more about this incident from police.
Also this morning, a St. Louis County police officer is in the hospital after being struck by a car. Happened right here around 10:15 last night in this area of New Halls Ferry Road in Florissant. We have that laid out for you behind me. Police say it happened after multiple officers arrived in the area to break up a crowd. The officers' injuries are not life-threatening, and they're expected to recover. You can expect an update on this developing story as we learn more throughout the day.
And this morning, we now know 5 people were injured in a late-night incident in Earth City. It happened here along Route 141. You see that intersection there. Police say they responded to reports of around 100 vehicles driving recklessly. Our team was at that scene last night, which had a large police presence. Officers say it happened between 8:30 and 9 p.m. We know one of those victims is in critical condition and no officers were injured. Right now, we're working to learn more.
Also developing this morning, another shooting at the Forest Park to Bolivar Metrolink station. Now, police say just before 8 o'clock last night, a 17-year-old girl was shot in the arm. We're currently working to learn more about her condition and any potential suspects. Now, it comes just 1 week after a woman was shot and killed at that same exact station. And of course, we'll continue to bring you the very latest from all of these incidents, even when we're off the air. You can always find the most recent info on our website and the 5 on Your Side app.
And if you're driving through Bridgeton this morning, you'll want to avoid part of Route 141. Right now, this portion of the road from Route 364 to Marine Avenue is completely closed for the Lou Fu's Subaru Triathlon. It's set to reopen at noon, but if you're traveling before then, you'll need to find an alternate route. Well, this morning, a century-old Catholic school is set to close despite an appeal by parents and parishioners.
St. Monica Catholic in Creve Coeur is the latest school on the chopping block. This morning, our Amy Crawl shows us their somber farewell.
Announcing the closure of St. Monica School almost exactly a month ago for parents and students was
shocking, and then once that the shock set in, and it was just sadness, complete sadness.
providing Catholic education in St. Louis County for more than 100 years. The Archdiocese of St. Louis citing in their initial April 19th letter to families the declining enrollment as one of the biggest reasons. 120 students and only 3 enrolled in one of the grades for next year. At Saturday's end-of-year celebration, School Board President Christopher Miller talked about the letter of appeal with over 100 parents, parishioners, and alumni signatures asking the Archdiocese to reconsider closing the school.
We've asked the Archbishop. I've had my emails blocked. I've had my phone calls, my phone number being blocked at the diocese. So I've also sent, and I've had secondary individuals send on my behalf.
St. Monica School doesn't usually have an end-of-year celebration, but then again, the PTO doesn't usually have extra funds to spend now that it looks like their students might not be here this fall. Graduating 8th grader Sophia Lucchesi and her mom Angela Rickelman telling us,
when I heard the news, I was like completely devastated because I've been here since kindergarten, and like to find out like your entire elementary and middle school is closing, like it's just really hard to believe.
To see it closed abruptly like it did, it's just, we don't deserve it, and it's the wrong decision.
Lucchesi is going to a Catholic high school in Webster Groves, but Miller is now sending his 3 kids to public school.
Personally, it's I don't want to give another dollar to the diocese.
St. Monica is the 3rd parish elementary school closing after this school year, making empty playgrounds a more common sight. Reporting in Creve Coeur, Annie Krall, 5 on your side.
Now, families raised $500,000 around the same time of the Archdiocese closure announcement. We've reached out to the Archdiocese for comment, but have not heard back yet.